Shalom. Call Halal Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to all the Akim doing this work in sincerity and in truth. This is the brother Yakanan from the GMS Houston camp, and this is just a testimony of a dream that I had last year, I think a month or two after I came into the camp. And this was inspired by Elder Tazapa, whose name or whose page I have pulled up right here, GmsTHYWillBeDone, because in class last week he mentioned about this video done by GMS Upon Precepts 4, which I think that's GMS Charlotte, and how these spirits are roaming over here in Babylon. And so I checked out the video, and it just reminded me of this dream that I had, and I had been wanting to make a testimony about the dream for a while as well. So here's the opportunity. So the dream was me and the brother Zionala. We had walked into a building, into the stairwell of the building, and when we had reached the top of the stairwell, we came to the roof of the building, and there was brothers already gathered, and there was some brothers from the Houston camp already there to meet us, and brothers from various camps were also there. And I don't remember everybody that was there, but I remember a few faces, like Azawaz, Zionala, and Apostle Rakha. And when we had gathered together, they taught me different prayers and different curses and whatnot. And then we had all sent up prayers, and every time we sent up prayers, it would send a beam up, and that beam would go to a chariot, and it was a giant sapphire chariot like this in the sky. And every time we sent up prayers, it would send a beam up, and then the chariot would send a beam back down, and that beam would like further the destruction here, like as in speeding it up. Like more things would happen every time we sent up prayers, like more famine, more pestilence, or more events, more destruction, like pushing the time further, like pushing these events to happen. And that's pretty much the first part of the dream. The second part of the dream, which goes into the video by GMS Upon Precepts 4, which is going to these spirits, was I was on the train here, the light rail or whatever it is, and I could see these spirits like snakes, or the closest thing I can kind of liken them to is like these arcs of electricity. You see how they're jumping from one point to the other? Well, these spirits, they were like similar, except they look more like, like them Chinese dragons, or like if you watch Dragon Ball Z, they look kind of like that dragon in there, but it was all white, like this electricity, and it was jumping from like train to train, and there were many of them. They were jumping from train to train, car to car, like building to building, people to people. And that just really reminded me, like, all these different spirits that are out here that jump from people to people, or and stuff like that. But that's pretty much the second dream as well. Like, this is very short, but I vividly remember it. But unfortunately, my I would say myself, my vocabulary is short, but I think this is as much as it needs to come out. But I do have at least one precept to back up this how we were gathered together on the building. Oh, also, when the building that I saw in the dream, I thought it was a dreams can be representations of other things or whatever. So we were having class at the time at the elders at the head's place, and I thought it was just a representation of that. But when brothers had went to Dallas and they took pictures out there, and when I saw the pictures when they came back, I think I might have told a few brothers, but especially brothers that I had told a dream. But I told them, like, that building where y'all took those pictures on that high rise, that was what I saw in my dream. And now, having never been there, but seeing that is like, oh man, that's, yeah. But anyway, this is Revelation chapter 8 and verse 3. And another angel came and stood at the altar, having a golden censer, and there was given unto him much incense, that he should offer it with the prayers of all saints upon the golden altar which was before the throne. And the smoke of the incense which came with the prayers of the saints ascended up before the Most High out of the angel's hand. And the angel took the censer and filled it with fire of the altar, and cast it into the earth. And there were voices and thunderings and lightnings and an earthquake. And that's pretty much it. That's slacky. But the point was that every time we sent up prayers, like, our prayers are like incense to the Lord, and these prayers, every time we sent them up, it brought forth destruction on Babylon. And so that's pretty much the end of this. I'd like to say all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the Lord's elect. Shalom.